What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another Stay Hot live stream. I'm Blaiden Kirk, joined as always by my two favorite co-hosts of all time, Matthew Spinauer and Theo Ash. Today, we're doing another live film breakdown. We asked you guys, because this is our last one before the draft, who do you want us to watch that we haven't watched yet? Common answer was Jackson Powers Johnson, center out of Oregon. I think we're all pretty big fans of him.
Yeah. I mean, I said that he could be the best center in the league year one.
Yeah.
So
he's a force. He's a big dude.
He is a big dude. 99th percentile for weight.
Jesus.
Like every single one of his limbs is just big. I feel like there's like the maximum amount of weight that each limb can hold packed on there. But anyway, he's the center, so pretty easy to spot.
Don't need the arrow for this one.
Why is a Broncos fan? I will say this. I don't think them getting Zach Wilson speaks a lot on what their strategy in the first round is.
I don't think so either, but I don't know why they gave up any money in draft capital for a backup like Wilson. But
it's definitely a very odd thing to do, but there's no way I can't imagine he would start for them next year.
No. So here we have Johnson just basically in control. I think that you can kind of see some of his tenacity.
He gets a hand half on his back and then just totally twists him the other way, man. I mean, that's some pretty great strength. I know he's trying to get outside a little bit here, not get outside, but
yeah, you can see
it's nothing.
You can see his right arm too, as the position gets uncomfortable, as he gets upfield, just he resets that right arm and controls him basically fully. Big doesn't allow him to get any depth, so you could step up into that pocket no problem.
Yeah. Very clean.
I don't know what this run play is.
Damn. Tough. Not that DB's finest hour.
No. I mean, I don't know what the hell this play was. I guess it worked.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Did he
He goes. It almost looks. Well, obviously they wind back on purpose, so maybe he was supposed to do it just like this because it works perfectly. And
I can't guess whether or not he was doing what he was supposed
That's what I'm
to
saying.
do.
I have no idea, bro, because it you're right, it does work.
Lights that guy up.
Yeah, he does light that guy up.
Yeah, bro.
And it's just an amazing, perfect run by Bucky Irving. Oh my god.
Bucky frauding. Is it? It seems like Powers Johnson has a pretty high rate of success out in the open field, plastering people for how big he is.
Do you think JPJ lasts to 33? I don't know. I don't think he should.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think positional value sometimes can get guys.
And medicals definitely can, if that's the thing. Here, I almost feel like he's almost freelancing. This nose tackle steps towards him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he almost pulls him backwards and throws him and then goes.
It's trying to wrestling move on him.
But again, it seems like zone blocking, but he's kind of he's not really moving forward.
Yeah.
Well,
but I don't know.
I mean, what play is this, an RPO, or is it just a straight run?
I guess it isn't. There's an RPO attached.
Yeah.
Doesn't it look like, the right tackle comes out and starts running and then like immediately just runs into Powers Johnson. Like it just kind of looks
Yeah,
like
I
a
mean,
mess up front
everyone's pretty much down blocking except for the left tackle, but even he eventually gets out to get the blitzing corner there.
right, he's got to climb to the corner. I don't know. I just like I don't know. Just looks a bit strange.
How do you feel about him at 24 for Dallas? I think that'd be pretty strong. I think he's a good player. So
I think he seems like a Cowboy. Like when I get to
Mhm.
the Cowboys on Mock Draft Simulator and I look at JPJ, like I tend to pull the trigger. But
there's a lot of
Last mock
offensive
draft
linemen
I
that I
did,
could
I
go
had
with.
last mock draft I did, I had the Steelers take him. So
I wonder if JPJ could fall in that sense where it's like there's maybe a lot of teams that need offensive line or want to add to their offensive line, and they look and they say, we would rather take one of these tackles than a center. I think that's possible.
maybe.
Just off of positional value.
yeah, and I could see like Morgan moving to center. I could see like hold on, what happened here? I mean, Nick says
all day, man.
all day.
Touchdown though.
It is a touchdown.
You think Brian Thomas falls to the Steelers at 20? Probably not, but it's not impossible.
Yeah, it's hard to say where Brian Thomas Jr. will go. I could see him going like 10 or 28.
Yeah.
Like
a lot of Jags insiders are saying wide receiver for the first pick. I really believe that. I think there's no way they can roll into the season with what they have now at receiver.
yeah, I mean, that or they're the Ayuk team, which I think has a real shot of developing on draft night.
Yeah, they have to do something at receiver, but they also probably have to do something in their secondary too.
Yeah, their offseason has not been ideal, and they approach the draft in kind of an awkward spot in that way. Not much going on.
No. With a decent number of these plays.
Mm-hmm. Just kind of dropping back into settle and then seeing if the guards need help, which they don't.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's easy. And then, of course, Oregon gets it out so quickly anyway.
Troy Franklin at the bottom of the screen. I like what I see from him.
He's a killer on slants.
He is.
There's nothing wrong. This is the whole slant boy thing with Michael Thomas. Is like it wasn't even true, but even if it was,
you know who else used to be a killer on slants, man? Corey Coleman.
Oh.
He said you.
I thought that's where you were going with it.
No.
There you go.
And Corey Coleman
I mean,
won
he's
the what's the wide receiver award in college football?
Blitnikoff.
Yeah. Corey Coleman won that. Jerry Jeudy won that.
He's a mauler.
Yeah, I mean, you see the double team that the running back is going behind. You know that's exactly where he's headed. And he'll keep going that way unless someone blows up the block. But just with JPJ, it's not going to happen. He's gonna.
That was really great because the other guy comes off and takes the linebacker that's coming down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and it doesn't make a difference. Not like 89 all of a sudden can make a play or anything.
Yeah, I mean they paved a pretty big lane here.
Yeah, I mean
those two started to pave a big lane.
That's pretty much exactly what it's supposed to look like. but sadly, the rest of the offensive line does not create that much displacement on their respective players.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you look at the wide angle, the first step of the guard and center is just immediately they just immediately start pushing him down the field, and everyone else kind of stays in line. I don't know. They're getting a little bit of push.
they are actually. I guess it's more that the linebackers are just playing this really aggressively, so it kind of
52
stops where the
plays that
linebackers
really
get
well.
there. But the actual defensive tackles get pushed back.
52 plays it really well.
Yeah, he does.
All right.
Dang.
What are the odds the Falcons end up with 3 first here from the Falcons? I'd say pretty unlikely. They already said it wouldn't get resolved this season or before this draft.
It would be so funny if they took number 8 like the day before.
That would be Could you imagine?
8, 11, and 23 would be nasty work.
Did you see the Falcons beat reporter who said that they badly want Latu, and like he anticipates that that's the pick?
Let's go.
Really? Is that what we did?
No, Blaiden
That is
said
what we
that
did.
Arnold was.
Oh, that's that's because that's what I was hearing from my source.
Who is your source?
Just a guy I work with at FanDuel who says he was saying beat reporters are saying corner.
Oh, so he wasn't.
He's not a beat reporter. No. He was talking to, or he's been reading beat reporter articles that were saying corner.
Fair enough. I mean, I can't talk shit about my source because my Packers source lied to me last year.
I mean, if I go back to him and I say, well, Theo told me that a beat reporter said that they're thinking.
I do think it's interesting that your source was somebody who was reading beat reporters and you were keeping it like on the down low.
Yeah, that's not a
Like
source.
That's what I thought was funny about it.
This is kind of like here. Powers Johnson looks a little bit limited climbing to the second level.
I don't think he's that. I mean, that's sort of one of his things, I guess, is that he's really not that quick at all. I mean, and he's good for his size. Is I think the take, but as a guy who's 340 pounds. Like he
can't get out and move like Graham Barton can. If you were to move him inside to center, like I would say that he should, or several others. Brugler has him as a center. Like I definitely think like if you are looking for range in the run game, like, but if you're looking for like pure people displacement, there he's on the ground a little bit.
I know people like Frazier a lot too.
Frazier has even less range, and that's the big problem. Like he's pretty nice, but like he'll just never run down the field. So here he's trying to down block 89, but then is trying to kind of deal with a stunt and just gets his lower half all kind of fucked up over the course of it. It's kind of just a mess, but I mean, I guess he's at least buys him a little bit of time. Just kind of crow hopping back, and then 1, 2, and then it's a bit too much.
Yeah.
So again, maybe like lightness of the feet, like picking them up and putting them back down. Where you could say like he's more powerful than he is agile potentially.
Yeah, that's probably the correct take.
Go Bo. Okay.
Damn.
Hey, man.
Almost reminded me of his Auburn days.
They hate when he has fun, but they love when he's a dark horse Heisman candidate.
I think I would. Powers Johnson doesn't even know who to block. He doesn't.
No. I think so far he's had very easy pass blocking assignments.
Sometimes that's the life of being a center. You have help on either side of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who's gonna line up like
I'm
a
just saying.
nose tackle
Yeah.
directly across from a guy who's 340 pounds?
It's also
maybe in the
Washington
NFL
State.
Yeah, it's like maybe in the NFL they would, but Washington State, I don't know.
Does he know where this run? Like,
Yeah, like you pushed him into the play.
I think honestly the answer on a lot of this stuff is like no, he does not. He doesn't know what the quarterback is going to do. He doesn't know what the read's going to end up being, I guess.
He doesn't read the playbook.
he seems
He didn't
pretty.
find the
He seems to
$100.
yell at something at the end, or like he's like, "What?"
Because that kind of looked similar right there, the way they blocked that.
Well, they pulled the other stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Because it looked like a down block and then pullers, but then the run just didn't go in that direction at all, and there was no one blocking out there. So maybe it's just we can blame the play caller and move on. But
This Oregon offense is supposed to be well designed, if anything.
good route by Troy. There is a pressure look on, but then of course they both bail.
He was ready though. He got the hands up.
He was. The right tackle and right guard are not ready.
No, man.
72.
I think it's more 75's
Dang.
fault than, or 65's fault than 72's. Like he takes that
That's
step
true.
and then
That
runs
on
inside
his
into
foot.
it.
step. Yeah, what is this inside step here? Why
I don't know. I don't know why he retreats.
I have no clue why he would do that. I was wondering if maybe like the end like faked outside, but no.
No, he doesn't. He just
This
runs right
was,
straight.
however, and it can't be denied, money throw, man.
Bo Nix.
This was cash.
It was.
You know, I know the narrative is that throws downfield against the sideline, don't count.
Yeah, I'm
But I
saying
don't care.
some would say that this is a Troy Franklin highlight more than anything
Some.
else.
Well, Nick's had a
Nick's had a hand in it. I mean,
He had a hand in the face, and
it's a good throw. It's a good throw. It's a good route.
would McCarthy make this throw is the real question.
McCarthy, I think he would never throw a ball with that much arc on it. I'll tell you that. That ball, he might make it, but will look very different. And Jaden would scramble. So
He would.
what is going on?
There we go. Oh.
There you go, Bo Nix.
The
Trying to
Bo
look
Nix
at it
film
from a-
view.
I mean,
I think
can't
this
even
is
judge
good, dude.
what's going
I think he does good.
I think
Yeah,
I mean
alright.
the guy he's supposed to block is not threatening Bo Nix, so
Yeah,
He
he's
gets
pretty far
the dude
away.
he's supposed to block on the ground.
Wait, no, he
So-
doesn't.
No?
Wait,
He gets his guy ends up getting
guy is
away
right
just
here.
barely.
Oh,
he
Because
does
he
get out.
falls over the guy that the left guard was blocking.
I see.
Or the right, or was it the right guard?
It's the right
Or-
guard.
no.
Yeah,
Is it?
I think so.
Yeah, they like double teamed him. I mean, everybody gets knocked backwards in this run
Yeah.
blocking, and then they all
He's
just
getting
kind of
plenty of
fall
push.
into
Like
a
there's
pile.
Well, the
plenty
thing
of
about
depth.
this is that like this is an RPO that Bonix holds for a while, right? I mean, look,
yeah, I
he
think
he keeps it and he doesn't throw it. So we're judging JPJ on like his pass blocking, but he's like 5 yards up. There's nothing he can do. This is a good play by him. He gets a ton of push.
I don't
You can
quite
really see it, but,
understand
like-
this play.
This is
because why is he
dangerously
reading the
close
entire
to,
field on like what looks to be run blocking and an RPO? Like, who is he reading when he hands the ball off and then he moves?
I think he may
Outside?
be like
He might be stupid. I mean, why is he? Why did? I don't know. I mean, I guess there's a blitz from that side, so you could say it was like. But then why didn't he just throw it? I don't know. I don't know.
I can't say that I know either, Theo. I wasn't in the room.
Okay, so he reads that probably that slot defender right here. I would have to imagine. He creeps into the box, but then he looks on the other side. Did he see the safety out of the corner of his eye? I have no idea.
I think he could have thrown that slant. Like
He could have. It's just that there's a dude with his
He
arm
totally
up, which
could
you could
have.
try to put it over him, but
I don't know, just like be good, go beast mode. I don't know.
Powers definitely.
I don't know.
That's all I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, JPJ did what he was supposed to do.
there's someone rushing him straight on, and he just takes the punch and lifts it kind of right out of the air and kills
Yep.
all the power.
I feel like he's done kind of similar stuff, at least on one other rep where he really just like raises their arms and it's over.
Mm-hmm. One thing I
just-
like about him is that I feel like even though his pad level is a bit high, I feel like his hands are low.
Right, like he gets up when he
Yeah.
when he blocks, and it works well for him.
It's almost like a bench press action. Like he's starting like at chest level. Like a shoulder press almost.
Yeah,
He lifts weights. He tried.
they're asking him to cover a lot of distance on this one.
Is it-
I mean, none of
He
these
al-
guys really
He
like none of these
almost
guys
got
get
the
over
kill
here.
shot. He
I mean-
almost got the kill shot.
Yeah, he did. This is a funny position to be in at any point, especially when you weigh like 340 pounds or whatever he does. He's not afraid to like.
No, he's
Fly.
very
Like-
gung ho, I would say.
He's extremely dumb.
Make that your like wallpaper on your phone. Just Jackson Powers Johnson in the air.
I also think this is. I mean, I guess it's a fine throw from Nix because he's throwing around somebody, but the fact that this throw is behind 15 and he kind of has to go back and then readjust does not help the path of everybody trying to.
Great.
No.
I do appreciate the effort of fully flying in the air and landing on your chest. This man has injury concerns. This man, they x-rayed this guy and they were like, man, every bone in your bone is broken. Every bone in your body is broken, man.
What specifically were they saying about
don't
the
know.
X-rays?
I don't know what they were saying. It's just that he's not in the first round of any mock drafts. And at the beginning, is this a Bo Nix punt?
Not the pooch punt, bro. What
He
are
cooked.
we doing? He did cook. Oh my gosh.
The gunner like moved it back a full yard and then
This
picked it
this
up.
might make him. He might be QB3 after that. Actually, hold on.
He might be mad.
I'm looking on NFL to try to figure out like what his injury was, like just his scouting report real quick. But the comp for him is Quinn Meinertz.
I see it. Just a brawling. That was legitimately one of my greatest takes, and like 100 people on that Bleacher Report stream saw it. My Quinn Miners breakout.
Oh, I forget, dude. I forgot about that, man.
Yeah, when we were doing the breakout candidates, I said Quinn Miners.
Quinn
He was
Miners.
like all pro caliber.
And he was great.
He was like one of the best run blockers in the league.
Yeah, that was an incredible pull.
What is going on?
I'm not seeing anything about the medical stuff.
I'm not seeing. It's really not anything specific as much as it is like he's not in anybody's first round anymore. I don't understand this.
Groin and hip issues
Neither-
on
I
top
have
of
no
multiple
idea.
concussions.
That's great.
Multiple concussions is definitely a concern.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And he hurt his hamstring in the Senior Bowl practice.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
He was dominating the Senior Bowl, though.
He was.
What I saw.
I think he gets.
No, that's good stuff.
Yeah, man.
There, you just.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, be able to work your way back around like that.
Mm-hmm. He's just strong as shit. I think. Like
He is just strong.
you can
Because
just-
that's
he's
not.
just
he
really-
did, it's not like he was quick to flip his hips and get in front of him. He just said, "Nah, you're coming this way." Oh, that rocks.
Now we got another fake. There he gets, after coming off and trying to get to the backer. His hands are just a bit wide, it feels like, and here the pad level might legitimately
Yeah.
get him in trouble.
Yeah, he's way too high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was like dancing with him.
Oh, Troy. I guess that catch is tough, but I wish he caught it.
Leggett would have caught that.
Leggett really might have.
Not mine. No, he would have caught
Yeah.
that. Like, he absolutely would have caught that.
Here you just get it, like, I think he's stout. Like, you see him kind of shuffle and then boom, and then the rush just kind of stops. But would have been a sick catch. Got to come down with it. I can't even say the sun was in his eyes. Not even the great excuse.
It's a cloudy
himself,
day.
me.
It's a cloudy day.
There was legitimately one Troy Franklin drop that I saw where, like, you could see the shade and the sun area on the field, and like the sun area was just, you couldn't even see like the figures when they ran into it. It just became like, when it gets to like a certain
super
time
like
of
washed out.
yeah, super washed out. Like the Cowboys Stadium, I think it's like this sometimes where like you can tell like it's kind of late in the evening and the sun is at a certain low angle and like really brutal, and you drop to one like that. I was like, I'm giving him the sun in his eyes excuse.
Catch the sun, man.
Another play where I just am like, who is he blocking?
No one.
No,
I
he doesn't-
mean, he doesn't really do anything. He almost gets in his own guy's way.
Yeah, I don't quite know always what is supposed to be happening with him. That was crazy.
This is what we need. This is what we need. Little body check.
Little absolute.
Damn. About tore his right tackle's Achilles, though, like in the process, man.
Yeah, ouch. He may have torn his right tackle's Achilles in the process. I bet number 65 is not going to be out there the next rep.
We'll see.
Oh, hey.
He is.
And that's another pancake. Yeah, like there's the first guy, and then the second guy comes, and it's Powers Johnson, and just completely bulldozes the entire pile.
Mm-hmm. He's a beast.
Yeah, he definitely
Powers Johnson for nothing.
And then this down block, now he's really getting himself entrenched, where he's down blocking the nose tackle and just bouncing him out the other way.
And once again, his pad level's high, and it just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, he's not the low man here, and he's like, I'm just stronger than you, man. Touchdown play.
Yeah. Again, he's just kind of he's
If anything, he scored a touchdown. Oh, Matt, is that your guy?
Bucky.
It is.
That is a Bucky type of situation.
It
like
is.
Find a tiny gap.
The way he bounces off a couple of guys there.
Mm-hmm.
Very so Bucky.
My theory is that Matt only likes Bucky because it almost sounds like Buckeye.
Yeah, I really love
wouldn't say
Buckeye
that.
Irving. Another down block.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with that.
Here I have a problem with Bucky Irving.
Oh.
Go straight ahead, buddy. Right here, you could get to the
Possibly.
you could get to the 50-yard line easily.
Yeah, but you're not going to score a 50-yard touchdown doing
He's
that
not
bullshit.
gonna do that. He's not going to do that anyway. He's a red RAS athlete.
Theo, you act like Marshawn Lloyd wouldn't have done the exact same shit.
That's very true.
Marshawn
Estimating
Lloyd-
tackled at the line of scrimmage
Marshawn
because
Lloyd
he's
is
so slow
at
and horrible,
least
by the way.
Estime is definitely taking this for a touchdown, first of all.
Come on,
Lloyd is trying to put him.
Estime's running over all of those guys.
Lloyd is trying to put a move on the safety and cutting back inside, but he's getting tackled trying to do it.
Jalen Wright is
Jalen
also
Wright might
bouncing
score
that
a
outside.
touchdown. Jalen Wright might score a touchdown. Jalen Wright might say that that's enough of a gap for me.
he really is great. I'm very excited about him.
Tyrone Tracy as well, scoring a touchdown on that play. May I add? Oh, shit. How far back did I go? Or
Don't
forward?
think too far back.
Accidentally scrubbed. Okay. There we go. Is that him? That's nasty. But from a Powers Johnson standpoint, I do like, again, he gets under the arms and under that arm and then lifts it up. And so, but then he would have been better off just kind of trying to latch onto the guy's chest probably, because then when he tries to get his full, it's good in the sense that like it takes a long enough time to get by him, that the run can go, but it's not good in the sense that he didn't fully control anything.
Right. I think his guy makes the tackle.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing.
The initial contact is good, but
Yeah, you wish you could get him tied up just to keep him tied up a little bit longer, maybe twerk him back out kind of this other way, maybe. But at the same time, as the run gets upfield, it's kind of tough to keep your defensive tackle.
Right, you have to get him way
around.
out of the play.
Right. When the defensive tackle like turns around and starts running towards the end zone, it's tough for an offensive lineman in front of him to prevent that from happening. So it's not like, even though it's his guy, it's not like any kind of disaster.
Get how many yards out of that? They got what, like 7, 8 yards?
Exactly. Like the reason that it's not like Powers Johnson got swam right at the line, right? Like he tried to down block him, but he got swam and the play got blown up. Like he's holding the guy and then the running back gets behind him, so then he can't keep blocking him. But Powers Johnson is still pissed, as you can see. He's like yelling. Maybe he's hyped. I can't tell if he's hyped or pissed that this guy made the tackle.
Yeah, it's hard to read the body language there.
74 is giving him a thumbs up. So maybe that's a sign like he was pissed, and then 74 said, "Look, you're okay."
I think I agree.
It's a close game, 10-10.
We'll learn a lot about his clutch gene then.
Oh, Troy Franklin drawing the PI in the end zone. What a
bailed. My goat wouldn't even need the flag. He would have just...
Your goat would not be running a slant in the first place.
Yeah, they'd run him on a goal line fade. Because he's 6'4", 220 with a 41-inch vert.
At least he got off the line of scrimmage versus press, which some wide receivers in this class would not be able to do. Some day 2 targets.
Oh, man.
Why haven't you guys done quarterback? Have we not?
Not on the lives.
I don't know. I guess we just watched a lot. We probably should have.
Yeah,
I honestly figured we had, but I guess we just watched a lot of those.
I always thought like quarterback just kind of takes too long because
There's a lot of truth with that.
There's like so much that goes into it. Dang. There he gets his pads low kind of eventually.
Yeah.
You know,
It's definitely the most like low pads driving motion we've seen from him, I feel like.
Yeah, and here's this one he doesn't like completely plant the guy.
So maybe it doesn't work for him. Maybe he needs to stand straight up and
just
lift
work
with
on
his back.
and just torque and like turn people away from the play.
Yeah.
All right, second half. False start, not on him. Not his fault.
Not his fault.
Unrelated, but how you feeling about the Suns tonight, Theo?
How am I feeling about the Suns tonight? I think that they're going to play well. I don't think that they're going to get blown out again. I'll say that much. I think that Booker is going to have a better game. I think KD is just going to be on one throughout the course of the playoffs. I just think that he's been playing at a really high level all season, and now that it's playoff time and the performance he had in the first game, it kind of looks like we can, as long as he's healthy, I'll be expecting kind of special performances from him. It seems like Jaden McDaniels is going to be on Booker too. So like he's going to be against like Cat and Gobert and shit. So I think he'll be great. I think Booker will be fine. Obviously, I still think the offensive glass is going to be a big problem. I think it'll be like just a lesser version of the game that we saw last time. Like Booker's probably not going to be crazy as crazy as KD. The offensive glass is probably going to be in the Timberwolves' favor, but you're just hoping like the margins aren't quite as big.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think. It's like if you cannot lose the offensive rebound battle by 9 or 10.
Right, and you can win the 3-point shooting battle by,
which I think it feels a lot like you pretty much gotta, man.
Mm-hmm. And I believe they can. Like the Timberwolves on offense, like aren't that crazy good. It's just like don't let Ant get 50, please.
It's a lot of big games today.
We're not beating what we got last night, though.
No, dude, that was both Lakers games I've like had to battle through. I was incredibly tired last night and almost said
tired of watching LeBron brick clutch.
Come on, what the hell?
You guys got to let me know if this is going to be a banger tweet or if it's a bust.
It depends. Right. Is it anything like, go ahead. I was going to say like
what's worse?
The bust.
What's worse? It's a poll. It's a Twitter poll. What's worse, caving, deep sea diving, or West Coast NBA time slot?
You mean East Coast? Oh,
no, he means West Coast.
I mean,
I don't think polls are never bangers, but
no.
I don't think that's a banger, Blaiden, to be completely honest with you. I don't see
why
that.
Is deep sea diving bad?
It's really? Like I'm talking like the Ocean Gate deep sea diving type.
That's not what deep sea diving is, though. Really, like I don't think that's what anybody would think of first.
Yeah, I would think of like free diving. Anyway, Jackson Powers Johnson highlight lock in here.
This is pretty crazy. I mean, he can when he
cook.
I mean, when he like also Bucky,
when he connects, he really connects.
I guess that's fine, actually. Yeah, I mean, when his like shoulder shimmy like shakes are legendary, and then like to go from here to just.
I mean, I know the back was sort of kind of heading that way, but I don't think like Powers Johnson did anything wrong there.
Well, they're running. It seems like duo, where the back is reading the linebacker, and then he's got to climb.
It's almost like Powers Johnson's like charging up to lay this hit. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I think he does everything he needs to do. I think that's how it's designed. I think they told him bang on the tackle and then go to the mic. And that's what he did. And that's what he did well.
Caving or Kalen King film on loop for an hour.
I don't want to watch Kalen King film, man.
So you're gonna go caving?
I'd rather do that.
I forget what that tweet is from, Henry Davis Enjoyer, but I agree. I say that about Theo all the time.
Oh, I don't have the chat up now.
Dudes will watch the NBA and root for the Suns, but won't step up NBA father to their sons. Phoenix.
While you're at it, try to figure out how to combine She Jackson on my Powers till I Johnson in the funniest possible tweet format. That's the chat's assignment.
She power on my Johnson till I Jackson, right?
I think so. I think Matt has already got it.
You cooked.
Look at Johnson staring into the eyes.
Jesus, man. Stay down.
He's just giving the.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's gonna get a taunting.
I think that's 55. Was like
Omni-Man like staring down Invincible in season 1. What will you have after 5,000 years?
What is just plays where his forearm is on the ground and like both of his knees are up in the air are now like at 3. I have to say, part of the reason I'm so high on Powers Johnson is honestly just because I think that he's funny to watch. Like I just enjoy.
He does a lot of good stuff, man.
He
has a lot of highlights. He has a lot of highlights. He does.
For a center, his highlight reel is awesome.
How many offensive linemen have a highlight reel?
If you count like big pushes, I think some of them, but probably not as many as JPJ.
Yeah.
The best offensive line highlight reels in this draft aren't. They're probably Fuaga's got some nice ones.
Yes, he does.
JPJ has some nice ones. Fautanu has some nice ones. Alt isn't really a highlight reel guy. He's just crazy consistent.
He just doesn't lose.
Fashnu's not really a highlight reel blocker. Unless you count like anchoring versus a bullet rush and redirecting versus a spin move.
Bro, why did 8 catch a stray there, man?
This is the funniest play ever. I forgot about this one. I was blinking out and watching Powers Johnson.
Was this not the one that I was...
I don't know. Watch 8. Watch the guy down the field though.
Yes, and he gets like turned around and then
he doesn't know where the ball is.
We've watched this film like 3 times for 3 different plays.
8 caught a stray, man.
He didn't catch a stray. He just was not paying attention. Like he's like that's no stray.
He thought the play was over.
He's right in the line of fire. Like he's getting shot at.
He's in no man's land, just standing there.
He got no way they threw it to Bucky Irving.
Come on, man. You don't mean any of this Bucky Irving shit, though, do you?
I mean, I don't think that he's that good.
Now you're just saying it to piss me off, and it's working, man.
Well, that I'm not serious about, but like the play where he should have just gone forward, I think is
zero awareness.
How are we feeling about JPJ? we're feeling pretty good. And I don't want to speak for you guys. I'm feeling pretty good.
I'm feeling pretty good.
I'm feeling pretty good. I get a little bit worried, I guess, about like
There's
the
some
kind of
negatives.
the frequency of which I'm just left scratching my head with the technique, and like the medicals. But I mean, as far as run blocking goes, like he can really open up some big lanes and be a real weapon for you. And in pass protection, it's tough to like beat him quickly because he's so like heavy and active. Like we
I
haven't
think
really
my
seen
take
him
would probably
get threatened.
I think my take would probably be if offensive line is your biggest need, do not take Powers Johnson. But if you're like, well, he would be the best player on our board, and we don't need a center, but it would help. Then I would pull the trigger. I don't know.
I think you need a good offensive line coach and maybe infrastructure around him.
Yeah,
like I don't know if he could go to like at least last year's Panthers and like look great. You know, like I don't know.
Yeah, he can't. He can't go into a team where it's like the whole offensive line is bad. But if he were to be in like, if he were to go to Cleveland, I think he would be okay. I think if he were to go to Green Bay, he would probably be fine. Dallas, he would probably
Eagles,
be fine. Yeah,
that's true for a lot of. I mean, that's true for every offensive lineman, though. Like,
sure, I guess.
Like they would be better off.
I think
I'm not really concerned about the scheme. He just needs to develop a little bit more, I guess. Like, and there are places where I think would be ideal to do that, and places that wouldn't be. But that's kind of true for everybody.
Yeah. It's his first year playing center, also.
Yeah, he is a first-year starter, which makes me more. And he's like 21, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think he has a lot of
young
potential.
Yeah.
I'm willing to.
Yeah, he's like freshly 21.
Right. So I think there's a lot of reason to believe that he's good and can get better.
Damn.
These Oregon uniforms are so nice, by the way.
Oregon's uniforms are always nice.
They are. But there you go. Oh, that was nice. That was very nice. Whoop. But Matt, you think we've seen this a million times before, and I'm reacting to it for like the 5th time.
No, look, I don't remember every single one of these plays, but I do remember specifically that one.
Where Nate got his claw cleaned.
The one, yeah.
Here's kind of a similar thing of like what I was kind of looking for before, where like the run develops to the other side of Powers Johnson's block, right? You see the pullers, he's down blocking, but the run is headed to his left. And this was the same thing that earlier we were like, why did he push him towards the... But here I think he does, like, kind of stays in kind of that tied up, clenched thing. So, like, the defensive tackle never even knows where the ball is.
I love how his strategy for not letting guys into his frame is just to hold their arm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he really gets under them and lifts right up. There's another guy who I was watching earlier today who is like this, and I was honestly he was really weird because his hands were so weird. Like he was kind of a similar thing where he would always be aiming for like elbows and like lifting people's arms up, and his hands would always be so wide and it's Kingsley from BYU. Like he's weird. Like some hand fighting reps, I'd be like, he is the worst with his hands I've ever seen. And some I was like, he is like the god and master of hand fighting. And every rep it was completely different because some he would like just let the guy. Sometimes he'd just let the guy hit him in his chest. And sometimes he would let the guy hit him in his chest, and then he would like counter beautifully. And I was like, I think he's doing this like on purpose. I don't know what to do with that.
He passed the younger than Pickens spreads test. Wait till guys start passing the younger than elite takes test. Then
The younger than elite takes test would be, you'd have to be quite the special prospects. You'd have to be G.G. Jackson. Next year, the younger than Theo Ash NFL test is going to be a damn near disqualifier.
Yeah, if you're older than Theo next year, we'll have to use Matt as
We'll have
the
to
baseline.
use Matt, yeah.
This game's not so close anymore.
No.
Here we have him. Let him get out and run. Can't quite reach anybody on that one, unfortunately.
He's just doing cardio out there, man.
This is just cardio, I'm afraid.
They said down and back.
There he gets put on his ass. What's the problem there? I'm trying to figure it out. Let's see. I just think he just pops up a bit high again.
Yeah.
And then here's one where
He
like
pops
instead
up
of
high.
and he doesn't get his hands on quickly. He like pops up high and is just like kind of, his arms are down and he's just kind of like bringing his face over to the player, but he's not like activating any other part of his body. And maybe it's because
That's the thing. If you pop up high and you let him get into your frame,
yeah, you're gonna get,
that's probably what's gonna happen. Yeah. You can pop up high when you're like, you've got him by the wrists and you're driving him out that way, but
Is Giannis still top 3? I would say yes. It's close though.
Jokic, Luka,
Giannis.
I was
I don't have
thinking
a problem
today
with that.
about, or not today, but like this week, like in the last week, I've been thinking about how many of the top 5 or top 10 players in the NBA at this point are American.
It's not very many. I mean, Embiid's playing for the USA team, so he is citizen.
Yeah.
Like, he kind of counts, but he's not like from here.
I would say like if you're playing on the US team, that's fair.
Yeah,
enough.
I would
like,
say in any way that matters, you're from the U.S. then.
But he wasn't born here.
No, but
no.
when it gets down to it, what we care about is who's playing for who, I think. But I mean, it depends on how you want to look at it. I care about the USA team, so I say Embiid is whatever.
Yeah.
The top guys are not American, like Giannis and Shea and Luka and Jokic.
Sure, Canadian.
But then it's like, and then an American, and then an American, and then an American, and
Right.
it's still, you know, that.
But then like the best young player Wemby.
Yeah.
But he's again kind of in that top 5, like as soon as next
Yeah,
year, though, right? It's
Right. So we'll be. I mean, you're gonna have like the 5 best players in the league next year are all gonna be.
I mean, it's been that way for a minute.
non-Americans. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It is. It is cool.
Look at Bo Nix, man.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll do, yeah. Shea's game winner in the Thunder game was completely ridiculous. I thought that shot was the most ridiculous probably of the first round or the first couple days. Even more so than Murray's.
How many games have there been like that already? It's really been fantastic.
It's been awesome. It has been totally awesome. But Shea's like that rip through that he had into the step back was like one of the most insane displays of body control that I've seen in the NBA. I mean, I know it's Shea and he does shit like that pretty constantly, but
Well, no, I mean, you hit a big time
he's
shot in the
yeah,
playoff game.
yeah,
You
true.
can be hype.
He was, I
Right.
mean, just the rip through and like when he finished it going forward to immediately like spring backwards is, I don't know, it was pretty crazy. And then to have the accuracy. Here's another really, really nice double team. And then
Yeah. Rare Powers Johnson getting to the second level play.
I would say these linebackers have been pretty aggressive pressing the gaps, though. So I feel like
Yeah, I mean, he's
been necessarily
he
like
doesn't-
needing. There hasn't been like a lot of space to get to the second level because I feel like they're being extremely aggressive.
Yeah. What did y'all think of the Texans unis? I really liked them. You know, you're starting to hear the same thing about every New Jersey. Like, this looks like a Madden relocation jersey. It's like, dude, that's just, I think that's just like how a New Jersey looks, maybe.
I think
my take on jerseys, I don't think the Broncos jerseys are as bad as people are making them out to be. I think every jersey looks bad from that, like, the portrait of the three dudes just standing in front, like, just like, because it's not like they're posing, they're just like standing there. I feel like jerseys always look bad in that.
What do you mean they're not
that-
posing?
Like, it's not like an action shot, you know? I feel like jerseys look better in
Yeah.
action shots than they do in just like on like a jersey on a mannequin never looks as good as it does on a player when they're playing.
I thought the Lions and the Texans killed it. I thought the Broncos was bad and rightfully hated.
The Lions rocks. I love the Lions, but
I thought the Lions were fine. I saw mock-ups of some of their black jerseys like on Google and stuff that I thought looked cooler than what actually ended up happening. But
I think
I
their
mean, they're
black jerseys are
fine.
hilarious, man.
The
Those things
black,
are
the
so
blue.
ridiculous. Oh yeah, I love those.
I mean, they're kind of fun, but I wish that they went silver with the black. But whatever, it's fine. Their normal home in a ways are quite good. I thought the
Yes.
Texans were fine. I like that their helmets are all different. I thought that was a nice touch.
what are your thoughts on the Browns white face mask?
That'll be good.
Here to stay.
That'll be good.
Watching the center state to prepare you for Dame time. This ain't you, Matt. I'm sorry, man. You're right.
All right.
All right.
So that's the end of the film.
That's the end of the
Jackson
film.
Powers Johnson. I think he's got a lot of potential. I think he's a little bit raw. But man,
If you were worried about the injury stuff, I get him not being a first round pick, but I think he's so naturally strong and can really blow up plays.
yeah, and you
as a
just
Brat.
didn't really see, like, there were times in run support where I thought him, or not run support, but run blocking where I thought he got maybe a bit turned around, but it's like you don't really see him get beat in pass pro that often. And it's like he goes down to the Senior Bowl and dominates. He's a first year starter. Like, he's pretty athletic. I just feel like he's a first round player. I do. I think I made a video about him on TikTok where I was like, he's crazy. Like, he's the most underrated pick in the first round. Like, he's crazy. And watching that, I didn't quite have the same level of enthusiasm. I thought maybe there were some things where I was like, okay, maybe he's not, maybe a Graham Barton is a little bit more of an
He's-
easy projection.
He's
Or some of these
he's
other
definitely a little bit more raw than you would like, but I think he's got so much power. Just like, I don't know, man. I would find it really hard to pass up on him, especially once you get into the 20s.
Yeah. And I just feel like if I was going up against him, like I'd never want to arm over or like try any type of move where like my frame ever gets exposed because I feel
Yeah.
like he would just rock my shit so bad. Like, and it's hard.
Well, yeah,
It's gonna
because
be tough to
you're
bull
gonna go
rush him,
arm over,
too.
and he's just gonna catch it.
Yeah, or something like that. Like I think he's gonna be good, but maybe he is a little raw, and there's the injury concerns. So we'll see where he falls. I like the fit of him and the Cowboys though. That just feels right to me. Like
Yeah, Dallas would definitely do.
he kind of feels like
good by
a
him.
cowboy like type
Could be,
personality.
but only a couple more days till the draft. We'll, of course, have an episode that'll come out on Thursday. That'll be us finishing the mock draft that we started in the last episode. And then we'll be live during the draft, during the first round on Thursday that evening. So make sure you tune into both of those. And until next time, appreciate y'all tuning into this live stream. We'll catch you on the flippity flop.